Hi, welcome to another Tips and Tricks episode here on Dole Whip Wishes and Castle Dreams. We're so glad you joined us today. We are going to be talking briefly about how to pack a park bag like a pro. Say that 5 times fast. But a lot of people don't realize when they get ready to go into the parks what all they might need to bring, what all they can leave at home, and why it's important to plan ahead on this. So I just wanted to share with you some tips about that. So the reason it's important is because obviously you are going to be carrying this bag all day long. So trust me, you want the least amount of stuff in your bag as possible because you're also going to have to carry it on rides with you. And just like I said, it's going to probably be hot. So you're not going to want to be lugging around a lot of stuff in your park bag. But you also want to make sure you have the things that you will need that day, or you will, if you end up having to buy stuff in the park, it's going to cost you a lot more than if you buy it outside of the park. So again, planning ahead is just such a good idea. And there are just some things that maybe you might not think about that we're going to share with you today, or I should say I'm going to share with you today. And I think you'll find it helpful when it comes time to pack your park bag, and you'll be packing your park bag like a professional. See, that's really hard to say. So first things first, we are going to talk about, I've got props, portable phone chargers. A lot of people don't think about this, but you, especially if you have the My Disney Experience app and you're using it throughout the day, your phone and your camera on your phone, you use your phone a lot, or most people do. And so having this along is a lifesaver. They do have ones for sale there too, but like I said, it costs a lot of money. So you might want to pick up some of these before you hit the Disney World, because yeah, that's gonna save you some money. Next, you're gonna want to have, now I know it's not sexy, but wet wipes and hand sanitizers. You're going to want to have those in your park bag because there are a lot of people that go to Disney, and as clean as they keep it, they're not sanitizing everything all the time. So you might want to, or your kids make a mess, have some really yummy snacks, which I highly recommend, and you just want to clean them up real quick without having to go find a bathroom. These are going to save your life. And hand sanitizer, you always get your food and find a table and sit down only to realize you forgot to wash your hands. So that hand sanitizer is going to be really helpful to take along with you. Some other housekeeping items you're going to want to have is a first aid kit. You might not think it, but you will most likely need something out of this kit at some point in at least one of the parks. Band-Aids, Tylenol, that kind of stuff. You're going to want to throw something like this into your bag so you have it, and it's waterproof, so if I go on the water rides, I don't need to worry about water getting in there. If you don't have one of these and you'd like one, we do have them for sale in our shop. You should check that out. Shameless plug right there. But yeah, you definitely want to get yourself a first aid kit to throw in your park bag. You're also going to want a water bottle. You might not think about this when you go to the parks, but you can get free ice water from quick service restaurants inside the parks, so you don't have to pay a lot of money for a bottle of water inside the parks. So this is another money saver that you're going to want to throw in there. Next we have, this is just a little pouch I like to take. It's not entirely waterproof, but I use it just because my park bag is kind of big and I don't want to lose, there's some small stuff in there that I don't want to lose. I can just throw it in here and it's easy to find super quick. So some kind of small pouch if you've got a bigger bag that you think you might lose stuff in. And then for the water rides, this is something fun they did our last trip on the Splash Mountain. They handed these out for like your keys and wallets and stuff like that, but you'll notice it's not very big. So another thing that I like to recommend bringing is actually a gallon size Ziploc bag, because especially if you're doing any kind of water rides or if it rains, which it probably will, if you're there in the summer in Florida, it rains usually at least once a day, so you're going to want something like that to put all your stuff in. You're also going to want a poncho or an umbrella. If you haven't seen our video for our cute Mickey umbrella that we made, you should definitely check that out. I can't wait to take that with us on our trip. If you do get an umbrella, a clear one is best, because then you can hold it lower and still be able to see, because I know a lot of people have the opaque ones that you can't see through, and then they're holding them really low and then they're running into people, and that's just obnoxious. Don't be obnoxious. So umbrella or poncho. Maybe if you don't want to carry the umbrella, the poncho is a really great idea. You're also going to need your ID, especially if you plan on getting drinks, adult drinks inside the parks. They do sometimes card you, and sometimes they even ask for it going in, but now more so with the fingerprint, not as much. But you just never know when you're going to need it, so you probably want to bring that along. And then of course money or credit cards, or you can put that stuff on your Magic Band, which I love, being able to charge stuff right to my Magic Band and not have to carry credit cards or cash or anything like that. It's great. And speaking of, you're also going to want to pack an extra Magic Band. On our last trip, I lost my favorite Magic Band. I was super sad. It was my Bell one. I still haven't gotten another one. I need to, because like I said, it was my favorite, and I lost it while we were in the park and couldn't find it. Luckily, I did have another Magic Band with me. That's, like I said, I always pack extra, and you should too for that reason. You're also going to want to have an autograph book if you plan on getting any autographs from your favorite characters that are all over the parks and all over the rest of the resorts as well. Sometimes they have them visiting there, but especially in your park bag, make sure you throw that in. You're also going to want to have some pins. If you collect pins and you like to trade pins, make sure you bring those. I would just bring the ones that you are okay with trading. Like we have some that we save that we don't trade with. And we've actually got a whole separate lanyard of pins that are just with the ones that we want to trade. And I know that any pin on there I'm okay with trading. And also you're going to want to put in your pressed pennies. If you collect those, you'll want quarters, and then of course brand new pennies if you can. Really shiny ones make the best pressed pennies. So make sure that's in your park bag. If you missed our craft on how to make your own pressed penny holder for your park bag, we did a craft on that not too long ago. You should definitely check that out because it's great. It's a fun craft to do, especially as you're getting closer to your trip and you're really excited and you can hardly stand it. It's something fun to do to help pass the time and celebrate going to Disney just a little bit early. Just some things for the Florida sun, or even in California, it can get pretty hot too. And I'm sure Disneyland Paris, I've never been, but I really want to go. Oh my goodness. Or Shanghai, Disney Shanghai. Ooh, I really want to go there too. I mean, where don't I want to go? That's Disney. But anyways, speaking of being out in the sun, which is what I was trying to do before I got sidetracked, especially in Florida, it gets super hot in the summer and even into the fall. So you're going to want a fan. They do sell them there, but again, like I said, they're super pricey. So if you pick one up before you go, the mister ones are great and I love them. We usually just throw these in our park bag. And again, we don't fill them up with water until we get there, because like I said, you can get water from the quick service restaurants. So it just makes it a little lighter carrying it into the parks. But that's what we like to do. And don't forget to add some extra sunscreen to your bag, because if you're there all day, it can wear off and you're going to want to reapply it. And last but certainly not least, you're going to want to bring some, or maybe you don't, I don't know, it's up to you. But this is a little tip I like to pass on to my friends and family that ask me for advice when they're going to Disney and they're like, what should I bring? And I also think you should put these into your park bag if you're going to stay until the evening, until it gets dark. Because when it gets dark, carts and carts full of shiny, spinny toys come out to play, and your children will want them desperately. But they are very expensive, at least for me as a single mom, like and I have twin boys, so having to buy 2 of everything, it's a lot. So I like to go and, well, actually this is from one of our past trips, so you can do that if you have something from your past trip. It's actually a bubble maker. You can't see the bubbles, but it just lights up if you want to. So, I usually bring something either from a previous trip, or you can go to the store and find something that lights up and spins, and it'll be a lot less expensive to buy before your trip. And then when everything comes out, you pull it out, give it to your kid, and then they're not begging you to spend their college tuition on some of those carts. So those are my tips and tricks for how to pack a park bag like a professional. I hope you found this useful information, and if I missed something that you think needs to be in there, like if you have medication, of course, don't forget to take that kind of thing. If there's anything specific to you that you absolutely need, make sure you're putting that in there as well. But that's what we've got for you today. And if you enjoyed this video or our other videos, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and make sure you tap the bell, because we do new videos all the time, at least once a week. We've got either a copycat recipe video, a tips and tricks video, and also we do Disney crafts. So you don't want to miss those. And we also do bonus videos sometimes, like our travel vlog. When we go to the parks, we take you along with us for our super awesome vacations. So be sure to tap that bell. You're not going to want to miss those, and that'll notify you anytime we have a new video. That's all we've got for today. Thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you real soon.